Good morning from snowy Vermont. Our cold temperatures have the horses feeling a little bit fresh this morning. Sparrow and Raven usually spend the night in the round pen, but when I'm around, I usually let them out into this little pasture area. With the cold temperatures, they have been pretty active. They're often racing around their round pen and playing with each other. It's a lot of fun to watch. Sometimes I'll be inside and I'll hear the rumble and squeaking of hooves on the snow, and I look outside and there they are, enjoying winter to the fullest. Sparrow is definitely the boss mare between the two of them, but Raven is an instigator, so don't feel too badly for her. The horses aren't the only ones feeling feisty in this cold. See if you can spot my cat Frankie. He just had a burst of energy and made a mad dash up the tree. His coat perfectly camouflages him. We adopted Frankie about 5.5 years ago as a kitten. The place we adopted him from said that he was actually abandoned in a box outside of a dumpster, which is super sad. He is the coolest cat. He seems to also enjoy winter. Really, the only thing struggling along are me. My eyelashes are frozen and it is cold. I am numb. And then my truck. Oh, and then me some more because we ran out of propane and are relying on just space heaters right now. But the real perk is the beauty I'm surrounded with every day. Wow, this is what I woke up to this morning. So beautiful. Morning, girls. A fresh snowfall leaves a beautiful snow covering and a unique beauty all around. And because of the snow's reflection, even the night takes on a new beauty. All right, we have a full moon and it is so bright. This is just the natural moonlight. These shadows are literally from the moon. So beautiful. Here are the girls. Hi, little ladybugs. Here's Sparrow, Raven. Can't really see them, but they're enjoying their moonlight dinner. So romantic. So yeah, you can't really see details, but it's very bright. The reflection is so bright right now. There's my shadow. Hello. Pretty cool. Yeah, check this out. This is the girls' lower pasture. Beautiful. And this is the lower pasture again with the girls checking out the fresh snow. Raven didn't quite commit to that role. Instead, she decided she wanted to include Sparrow in on the fun and made a bold and daring move with a little bite on Sparrow's rump and an invitation to play. Her first invitation was ignored, so a few moments later, she tried again. After repeated attempts, she finally got that bigger reaction from Sparrow that she was looking for, and she wanted more of it. Raven wanted to run, but she didn't want to do it alone. It was just a matter of getting Sparrow on board. But her persistence was starting to pay off. Now that she had Sparrow engaged, it was time for the races to begin. May the fastest horse win. Though this property is small, it's long, so they have a good runway where they can go from the bottom field to the upper field where the round pen is, and then back down to the bottom field. I'm not exactly sure what their racing rule book says, but you guys will have to let me know which one you think is faster. I do love it when they kick into gear, though. I'm just standing right here, and they're just going up and down. guys are out of breath. Oh, Raven still wants to play. My goodness, girls. You happy? You having fun? What do you think, Miss Sparrow? Bless you. Raven's usually the one that starts the races. Oh. After their runs, they settled in to do some foraging. Nothing like a tasty snack after some exercise. I think it's safe to say that the horses really do enjoy winter, both the cold and also the snow. It definitely seems to bring out a playful energy in them. But although the horses really enjoy the snow, there can also be some downsides, some serious ones. It has this innocent appearance, yet can be very dangerous. In fact, 5 years ago today, Theodore and I had a very close call.
Trying to figure out what's next after the roof on their indoor horse arena caved in.
The owners of the horse barn tell me that the arena ceiling caved in on them when they were trying to get snow off of the roof early Monday morning.
5 years ago, I had boarded Theodore for a few months at a boarding stable, and it was such a happy time for us. This is the first time that we had ever had access to an indoor arena. It was such a game changer, and I have so many happy memories there. However, one morning, I went before work to do a quick ride. I had tacked up Theodore in this wash stall, which is connected to the indoor, and even walked into the arena, but something was wrong. I was hearing groans coming from the walls and ceiling. In the winter, it can be normal to hear a certain type of groaning and even crashing as the snow slides off the roof, but this was different.
Holy cow, it's coming down. It's really coming down.
I'll never forget the feeling when I saw and heard the walls start to foil. It took a while to register that, oh my goodness, this arena is coming down. There you can even see my footprints on the right side going out just to check the arena. And when it finally clicked, it was time to get out. I just booked it out of there. At this point, all of the horses were turned out, so I threw Theodore outside, and one of the owners went up on a ladder to try to scrape some of the snow off of the roof. And then it was just waiting. There wasn't much I could do, and I had to head off to work, so I left. But a few minutes after I left, I got a message that the arena had collapsed. And this was only about 30 or 45 minutes after I had tacked up, all prepared to ride. Shaken by the near miss, I ended up calling out of work and went back to help clean up. This was a devastating blow for the business.
No animal or person was inside the arena when the ceiling collapsed. Minutes after the incident, the entire stables community answered the call to help.
When the indoor collapsed, a bunch of insulation got blown in. Horses can't breathe that in. We had to clean out all the stalls.
This is the wash stall that I had tacked Theodore up in and was watching from when the arena started to collapse. And this is the video I got right after I arrived. It was crazy to see the space that I was about to be riding under. I would have been riding at the time that this came down had there not been that warning. And so as you can see, the massive snow accumulation on the roof put an incredible strain on the structure, causing it to collapse. The arena has since been rebuilt, but that was the last time that Theodore and I have ridden in an indoor. It was back to outdoor riding. But riding in an indoor felt like such a luxury to me that going back outside really wasn't a big deal. We actually were the trailblazers in bringing some of the community outside. I think going outside to ride in the cold is a lot harder if you're accustomed to an indoor. But anyway, yeah, that memory came up from 5 years ago, and just, yeah, snow is not always a good thing. So Raven recently learned how to rear with very little effort on my part. Unbelievable. But I've been going back and forth if this is something that I want to be doing right now, mainly because I want to make sure that her body is correctly developed and that she's not compromising herself as she does this. Right now, where I've landed is maybe just doing a little bit in moderation. She seems to really enjoy it, and I think what's really cool is just how relaxed she is despite it being a higher energy activity. But anyway, I certainly don't want to overdo it or build bad movement patterns, so it's not like I'm doing it every day or even every week, but once or twice here and there I don't think is a bad thing, but we'll see. My opinion might change. So right now I'm doing some very basic bodywork techniques, which you can learn more about in the Masterson method, but basically it's working with the horse's nervous system to release tension. As I'm holding a very light touch, I'm just waiting for her to essentially relax and move deeper into a parasympathetic state, which is that resting and digesting. And as she does that, she starts releasing areas of tension. And the nervous system has been a big interest of mine over the past year. I think there's a lot of value in learning more about it, both for body work, but also for training. The two are so related that it's very interesting to me. Notice here the blinking and softening of her eyes, her deep breaths, and her head starting to lower. These are all indications that she's experiencing some relaxation and moving deeper into that parasympathetic state. So one thing that I have been really interested in learning about recently is a horse's thoracic sling. And so if you don't know, a horse's skeleton, if you look at it, the front legs are not attached to the spine. So the torso of a horse rests on the front legs, not through the skeleton, but everything is held in place by the surrounding muscles, ligaments, and tendons called the thoracic sling. Okay, at this point, some of you might be thinking, blah, 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 come on, Berta, I didn't sign up for a science lesson, move on. But bear with me. Imagine this. If these muscles are holding up a horse's torso, what happens when they're weak? Picture it. The torso is going to drop. It's going to sink. Now picture that horse in your mind. And when you're picturing it, remember that the hind legs are attached to the spine, but the front legs are not and are held in place by the thoracic sling, which, if those muscles are weak, are going to cause the torso to drop. And that's when you can get a horse that gives the appearance of being downhill or butt high, like my Jaeger here. And so he is also one of the reasons that I signed up for the Balance Through Movement method, which teaches you how to help your horse learn how to use its thoracic sling correctly. And that is obviously very important for so many reasons. So many reasons. And right now I'm just consuming and digesting the information before I begin implementing it, but it's really good. If this conversation is something that resonates with you, you want to build your horse's body for the long term, or maybe your horse already has some lameness issues, I would definitely recommend checking this out. This is super nerdy. It's designed for veterinarians, body workers, or just really interested and involved horse owners. If you have any questions about my experience with it, feel free to message me. Again, this is not any kind of partnership. She doesn't even know I exist, but I'm just making an effort this year to really share some resources that I believe in, and in an effort to make the world a better place for horses. So here you go. I really believe as a whole, humans are just asking too much of their horses without even understanding how they might possibly be feeling and if they're even capable of doing what we're asking. But yeah, learning about proper movement and posture and body work and hoof care are all things that I'm working towards this year. And I'm just really trying to up the quality of care for my own horses, and I really hope to someday be more of a help to others as well. But unfortunately, I think this year is going to be a very expensive year as far as my horses go. The more my eyes are open, the more things I'm seeing. And I just went and scheduled some vet appointments and body work sessions. And yeah, so there'll be learning opportunities for me. But ouch, I think it's going to be a rough year. So this is Raven right after the little bodywork session that I did with her. Literally anyone can do this and get results right away. So that part's really cool. But I am bringing a professional out pretty soon, and that will be really fun because they'll be able to do a whole lot more. And yeah, I'm excited to learn from that as well. Anyway, sorry if that bit put you to sleep. Between Raven falling asleep and then my rambling, I wouldn't blame you if you did. Another thing that can make you sleepy here in Vermont is just how dark it is. The days are already short because of the winter, but it's almost always overcast and cloudy, and so much so that seeing the blue sky seems honestly really weird. Oh my gosh, I can't see. It is so bright out. These are the things you don't know. You don't realize because of all the snow reflecting the light, you can actually get really sunburned in the wintertime. And when the sun comes out, this is what you might find. I always think it's so special to find them lying down. I just have to go say hi.
Is it nap time? Is it nap time for the girls?
I'm careful to take a slow approach so I don't disturb them abruptly and make them feel like they have to get up. I am particularly mindful of how I approach Sparrow and the energy that I approach her with. She is by far my most fearful and flighty Mustang. It does not take much to push her over a threshold.
Oh my goodness.
I'm actually quite surprised she hasn't felt the need to get up yet. That's a huge achievement for her. She is a very special little horse and has had a lot of fear to overcome and continues to overcome. And my top priority right now is just giving her a space where she can really unwind and feel comfortable in. Now, Raven will let me snuggle up to her, but I try to be mindful of how she's feeling.
Full of kisses. You have kisses. Oh, honey. You don't have to get up.
I could tell my presence was starting to make her feel a little uncomfortable, and she was starting to think about getting up. For a moment, it seemed she changed her mind and settled.
I'll leave.
I saw her indicating she was feeling uncomfortable again and got up to leave. I want to do this before she feels like she has to be the one to get up, and that will build more trust for the future. Yes, I definitely have an annoying horse mom voice and tell each of them that they're very special multiple times every day. Again, I can't believe that she is letting me get this close, but I didn't want to blow it. I wanted to be the one to walk away before they felt like they had to get up.
All right, enjoy your nap.
I always consider it a little win whenever I can go visit and leave before they get up. Anyway, that's my little update on how the horses are enjoying the snow. There's certainly extremes on both ends. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!